Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
Yep, we are. All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to start off giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, GMS. Salutations to all the Akums and the Aquas, the few sisters and the brothers out here pushing this truth. This is the
Shalom.
camp. Come to the brothers from the camp, Children of Light. This is the brother Yashar.
Okay.
All right, and man, high holy days
Yeah.
and holidays, right?
My bad. The
Uh,
hopeful year Jacob's trouble.
yep,
But
yep.
the why is Jacob's trouble? That I can get you.
Yep, come. Yep, 2024 leading on to 2025, man. Hey, they don't already pick the leader of the United States. I was about to say the world leader, but United States, they basically the capital of the world. It's 2024, as the elders was just brought out, which is very heavy and spiritual. A kingdom only lives, stands for about 250 years. 2026, America is gonna be in that 250-year mark. And Elder Tahar was bringing out how Trump, he was gone 2026, he want to bring out the little, the all the celebratory moments, the high school football games, state versus state, the Coliseum games, NBA, NFL, basically just heighten it up, just like the Romans was doing with their bread and circuses. So, Amos 3 and 7, we're able to understand these things and to piece them together why, things in this world is happening the way that they are.
Yeah.
And
So
uh-huh.
go ahead, Archie.
I was going to say, not only that, at the same time, we are in our Feast of Lights, Feast of Dedication, also known as Hanukkah, one of our high holy days, the last 8 days. But at the same time, Esau, Bagdo, the same time we having our high holy days for Jerusalem, Israel, he having his holidays, folly days, known as Thanksgiving, right? Or as you title your lesson, Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And we
So,
are the same.
yep, you want to get that Amos?
Yep. Amos 5 and 20.
Come.
Amos 5 and 20. Well, let me start at 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Right. Because that's speaking on, that's really not speaking to the elect. That's speaking to the Israelites, mainly of Christians who always, oh, I can't wait for Jesus in heaven. It's going to be so great. But they don't understand what you have to do to achieve that, to make it to the kingdom. Israel got to go through a purging first.
Yeah, kind. And it's a process that can happen from the purges, the insurrections, the martial law, um, just the fire tried in the furnace of affliction. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him and went into a house and leaned his hand on a wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very darkness and not brightness in it? I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly.
Yep. And that's what we seeing today, Amos was telling the people that, because Israel, we always went off from the Lord, that's the very first, you know, thing that the Lord told us to do is to make no idols, make no idols before me, worship no idols before me, to loosely quote it. And so that's what our people is still to this day, 2024, they still doing the same thing. They having they folly days, they feast days, You see the Cowboys and the Giants, they always play every Thanksgiving. It's the same, it's the same program and the same pagan worshiping every year. All right. It's a revolving cycle.
Uh, 4 and this Deuteronomy 4:27, and the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in numbers among the heathens, whether the Lord shall lead you. And there you shall serve gods, the work of man's hands, wood and stone, which neither see nor hear nor eat nor smell.
Right. Because we worship the true, it's only one true living God, and that's the Most High Yahweh. How I was just watching 300 and Cersei's what he kept saying, I am the God King, I am the God King, the only one. Hey, you just a man, you know. There's only one true living God, but we've been sent over here, Deuteronomy 28, brought over here to Egypt again by ships. And we had those religions beaten into us, you know. We all know about Christianity. We couldn't talk on the plantations with 3 to 4 generations, just
Yeah,
beating, working, yep, beating, working, and having that Christianity religion beaten into us.
yeah, kind. And I wasn't gonna even try to read it, but I'm reading. Deuteronomy 28:64, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all nations, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there shalt thou serve other gods, which neither thou thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall thou sole of thy feet have rest. But the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart, a failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind. And life and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night. Thou shalt have none assurance of thy life. So that's going into the uh, chronological slavery history of everyday Black, Latin, and Native American here on North, Central, and South America, what the I'm speaking of. It said, in the morning thou shalt say, would God, if there was evening, and the evening thou shalt say, would God, if there were morning. For the fear of thy heart wherewith thou shalt fear, for the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way thereof which I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there thou shalt be sold to your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Yep. No man shall redeem you, meaning nobody shall save you,
Right.
you know?
So after all of that, you guys have been Hellenized back into the Roman.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just did a lesson on that last night after watching you and Karan about how it's going into the Boule Society, Greek Hellenization, how our people we still worship the Greek gods in through the handshakes, the signals, how we dress, how we all that shit is Roman Cathology, Greek Cathology. All that shit is Roman worshiping, Greek worship.
Yeah. Greco-Roman Empire reincarnated.
Yep.
Amos 5:21. I hate, I despise your feast days, and I would not smell in your solemn assembly. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, which y'all did all today. Y'all got cousins and relatives coming from all over, all gathered in the houses, but a day or two, Airbnbs, all that. You know, y'all got to stay up with the modern. And your meat offering, I will not accept them, neither will I regard, regard the peace offering of your fat beast. Take thou away from me the noise of thy song, for I will not heal thy melody of thy vows, but let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. And see, that's the reality. Because as this new administration coming in with his draconian laws, uh, that's actually for you 12 tribes of Israel, y'all don't understand that these events that's taking place in this international world is really the controversy of Israel. which is you.
Yep.
It said, have ye offered unto me sacrifice and offering in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? But ye have borne the tabernacles of your Moloch, and what's that? Culling your image, the star of your God, which ye made to yourself. That's what they into. They into worshiping these different gods, these Greco-Roman gods that the Akim was speaking on, whether it's Plato, Zeus, whether
Jupiter.
it's Isis, whether it's Moloch himself, plenty deities, Jesus, Buddha, Mary. That's what Jake is into now. Hold on, I'm
Yep.
trying to. Oh,
They real heavy on being black conscience, go black to Africa.
yeah, God.
Nigga,
Hold on.
you gonna go back to Africa, them Hamites gonna sell your ass again, nigga. You don't, that shows y'all don't truly know history. You talking about some go back to the same place that you was sold into captivity from, West Africa. And a lot of Israelites are still there.
You got another precept?
I had Jeremiah chapter 10,
Oh, okay. I guess.
and that actually it goes into both the points we just made.
Yeah,
Yahweh
God.
being the living God, and more on those feast days.
Yeah, God. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the sign of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them, for the custom of the people are vain. And see, that's where y'all get the problem at. See, that's where Jake problem come in. At custom. They
Yeah,
don't do it. And they try to justify the custom. It's like, well, no, because my mom them so forth. But no, what did the Lord say though? What did the same Christ that you speak on, that you going to church on about? Oh, this was the birth of him during Christmas. No, Colossians 2:8 say what? Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. You can cut in anytime you want to.
okay,
After the tradition of man, after the rudiment of the world, and not after Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
right.
So that go ahead, Akim.
No, no, I'm just agreeing.
Yeah, that's self-explanatory. The Lord Himself is telling you to beware, and it's in the New Testament, to beware that man gonna try to spoil you through these philosophies and vain deceit, which is a rudiment after the world, which is not after him. So you gotta be careful on that. So
Yep.
back to my
Real quick, I'm Matthew chapter 10, verse 38, 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. So just back door into the precept that you just had in Colossians, you give your life over to these worldly, the beast system, the American dream, American philosophy, American feast days and all that, then you're not worthy of Yahweh Shah. All right. In verse 34, he said, think not I am coming to send peace on earth. I'm not coming to send peace, but a sword. See, America, they just think it's a very peaceful time. They not aware of the economy going up, the atrocities going on out here, the killings, the sin upon sin adding to sin. They just think it's just normal old time to be alive. Yeah, that
yeah.
was it on that.
All right, Jeremiah 10:3. For the custom of the people are vain, but one cutteth a tree out of the forest work of the hand of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and gold. They fast it with nails, with a hammer that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it them to do good.
So what's that explaining? That's your Christmas tree. Anybody who say Christmas ain't the Bible, or if you think the Christmas is the birth of Jesus, well, go to Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 3 to 5, and explain what is that. It says evil. You know.
Right. And you got to go start at one because it's telling you, hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. See that?
Hmm.
To you guys, the 12 tribes. So you want to take heed to this. I ain't talking to your little buddy, the little Edomite up the street, or your little Moabite friend. Hey, come on, let's go sing Christmas carols at down the street at the neighbor's house. No, I'm straight. But at the same time, you gotta find a balance too. You know what I'm saying? Because we also here serving out uh slavery. So this Baruch 4 and 6. You are sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath. That's why we went off into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter.
Yep.
You were delivered unto your enemies, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils. See that? So it's time to put these customs and these vain uh religions, aka holidays, to the side. Him that made you by sacrifice unto devils and not to God. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that besought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it right there.
Okay, come on. I got a quick precept, Hosea chapter 4, just showing more and more how we always went off from the Lord to worshiping, pagan gods, pagan religions, abiding by the other nations. Hosea 4 and 16, for Israel slideth back as a backsliding heifer. Now the Lord will feed them as a lamb in a large place. Ephraim is joined to idols, let him alone. Their drink is sour, they have committed whoredom continually. Her rulers with shame do love, give ye. The wind have bound her up in her wings, and they shall be ashamed because of their sacrifices. And yeah, man, Ephraim, Northern Kingdom, they very heavy into that. Southern Kingdom too, but Northern Kingdom, they very heavy into the worship of Saint Virgin Mary. Nowadays,
Yeah,
you even got some Northern Kingdomers becoming Muslim. Like you ain't really heard that too much in the past, but just opening up into all these different religions, and everybody wants to be spiritual, but they don't want to come back to who they truly are as Israelites.
yeah. You're trying to be friend of the world, man. Trying to shake off that old man. Dun, dun, dun. Jeremiah 9 and 4. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slander, and they will deceive every one his neighbor, but will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongues to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity. And that's why you got to study to show yourself approved. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember that your salvation is ultimately up to you. So you got to
Yeah.
make sure that you got no gall in your mouth. So you got to search the scriptures. It said their habitation is in the midst of the sea. Through deceit, they refuse to know me, said the Lord.
Yep. And that's exactly what it is. A big refusal. You know, Jake, he don't want to. Jake, he'll be cool with finding out. Oh, God was a black man. Jesus, oh, okay, he was a black man. But as soon as he find out, he got to put down that pork. He can't go to his neighbor house when his male neighbor ain't there for his wife. And as soon as he find out he got to do that, he good. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like that
can't
parable in Matthew.
drugs and rep
Yep,
his hood and all that shit.
yep. Which I mean, why you want to rep something anyways? It's gonna be destroyed. You know, but that's because your mind is destroyed. Um, you had some more on that?
Nope.
Okay, okay. This Hosea chapter 5, and really, man, book of Hosea is a very heavy book going on. The captivity of Israel being led in captivity. Chapter 5, verse 14. For I will be unto Ephraim as a lion, and as a young lion to the house of Judah. I will tear and go away. All right, and that goes right back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. How we had to go into our captivities. No man shall buy us. I will take away, and none shall rescue him. Verse 15, I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction will they seek me early. All right. And ultimately, man, the elect is the first ones that's gonna seek the Lord, because we're his servants. We always, no matter what time period we in, the elect, the prophets, we always go back to Yahweh Shah. That's our duty. Verse chapter 6, verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn and he will heal us. He hath smitten and he will bind us up. After 2 days he will revive us. In the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. And we in that third day right now, the 20th century. Jacob's trouble, the great reveal. We waiting on second Esdras 6 and 9 to usher into the kingdom. Okay. But once again, 2/3 of our people got to be purged for that before we can get there. And 1/3, as it says in Jeremiah 30, chapter 6, verse 7, Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right. Started with the elect. So with some hope in Israel, just gotta go through the afflictions first.
They didn't want to give it to me.
Yeah, that was in chapter 6.
And another thing is, I'll let y'all see this real quick. I think you see it. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, it's talking about Black Friday.
Yeah, con.
Oh yeah, con, yup.
Yeah, it
I remember
said,
reading about that.
Did you know Black Friday stemmed from slavery? It was a day after Thanksgiving. Remember, they took the Northern Kingdom land. Slave traders would sell slaves for a discount to assist plantation owners with more help for the upcoming winter for cutting and stacking firewood, winterproofing, etc. So there you go.
See that? And that's even though the scriptures say no man shall buy you, with this overall talking about no man shall redeem us from our captivity. But bro, yeah, they was look at that. They was treating us like, you know what I'm saying? Like we possessions. Half off. You can get this slave half off for this day. And now 300, 400 plus years later, 2024, people going to the same stores and they worshiping the same day. They don't even know exactly where it came from. And guess what? Even if Jake was to find you was to show Jake that article, he's still finna grab that TV and he don't care about his history and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? Our people, man, we way off from where we need to be.
Yeah. Now remind me since you said that. It's Jeremiah 2 and 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? See that? Why? Because the fatness, the goodness of America, that's like in Egypt, First Corinthians. Moses, we want to go back. You got us out here in the wilderness. We like Pharaoh. We had the fish, the cucumber.
Yo, come.
So
It's,
this
oh, you
Jeremiah.
got you got it.
Yo, I got one more. Oh, and that was Jeremiah 2:14. I said 1:14. So Salaki on that. That's Jeremiah 2:14. And if I said 2:14, good.
Yeah, I
This
think you did.
Jeremiah, okay, this Jeremiah 2:33. Why trimmest thou way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy way. Because Esau established a lot of this Mason Masonic, Knights Templar, all that shit, secret societies.
Oh yeah, yep. Uh, yep. That's my whole lesson was about yesterday. The secret society. And shit, Boule. Let's see. Real quick, Hosea chapter 11, verse 1. When Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt. See that? The Lord called Israel his child and his sons. Okay, he don't speak like that towards no other nation. As they called them, so they went from them. They sacrificed unto Baal Alim and burned incense to graven images. Okay, same shit that they doing nowadays. You know, nothing new under the sun. Because a lot of like your ancient gods, you will see them nowadays in your company logos. You got Medusa with the Versace. You got Nike, the goddess Nike. I think that was what a Roman goddess.
Yeah, kind.
You got all different types of examples, you know. So them spirits, them same spirits and demons is actually still here on the people, just in the newer fashion. I never actually really thought about it like that. Them same spirits and same demons and gods is actually still on the Israelites, just in a whole different time period.
Yeah, I looked it up. It said the Roman equivalent of the Greek goddess Nike is Victoria, the goddess of victory.
Mm, okay.
That's why you get the swoop sign and all that with the Nike with the wings on the back.
Yep.
Out of victory. Nike, you can do it. This logo, all that shit.
Yep. Just do it. Yep. We ain't saying you can't wear it. Just don't worship it. Don't
Yeah,
idolize it.
we just showing you where it come from. History of.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Proverbs real quick.
Thought I had some.
Proverbs. Oh yeah, I was I was watching your video yesterday. You was going in on TD Jakes. How that nigga faked his little whatever, his little medical failure he had, whatever.
Medical mishap.
Yeah. Medical mishap. And it's funny because that was at the end of his service, meaning that was like his last little prayer. So he already collected the tithes and offerings. He already done told you that bullshit doctrine. Now he finna give you another reason to put more money into his pocket.
And to have that sympathy because he doing the same thing Eddie Long did after the boys came out on what he did when they took him up there to the stage and wrapped him in the scrolls of Moses, and he had a Amalekite Zionist Jew do it, and right after that he deceased.
Hey, hey, You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Comfy. Shit. Lord took him out on what, April Fool's Day?
Yeah,
From the Quran.
yeah, from that COVID.
And shit, you hear the elders reporting on Nate, like, where is he? Shit. I know seen Elder Torah was like, he may be back in the hospital. So, the Lord truly is showing who his servants are versus who the false prophets are. You got Sakari rolling up on GMS Los Angeles. I'm talking about they out there militant 40 deep. It's 7 to 8 GMS brothers, and they preaching the word, but you come out here with your hats and all black, your black Terminator shades, you know. So what is your true agenda? Are you really trying to build the brotherhood of Israel? Or are you trying to play bully out here, you know? But let's see. Proverbs chapter 1, I started 22. How long ye simple ones will ye love simplicity? And our people they love being they simple minded. And the
Yeah, kind.
scorners, uh-huh.
Yeah, they love being simple minded. They love being entertained too.
Yep.
That's why when you come and you try to talk to them about foreign policies or different things that's happening with the government or any of that, they man, why you want to know about all that? Shit, I'm
Yep.
trying to work overtime. Let me know when they got some overtime, or let me know where them bitches at.
It seems like that's the number one conversation started with Jake. Where the bitches? But the scriptures tell prophecy into us. They say prophecy into us smooth things. You know, which is how you know Jake, because Jake always trying to be smooth, finesse the system. You know, I'm trying to figure out how to make 100 bands this month. You talking about the kingdom of the heaven and what I got to do to get there? I just do that when it come. But guess what the scriptures say? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. And how does the Lord pour out his spirit to his people? Through his prophets, okay? The same ones is on the highways, because you see now, all you gotta do is go back 5, 10, 15, 20 years, since what, 2007, the elders been outside. And the same very things that those brothers were saying, 17 years later, you actually seeing them things come to happen and come to pass through prophecy.
Yeah, kind. You seeing Russia, Iran, China, they all making their moves.
Fast too. Like, come on now, ICBMs has already hit the ground, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The only thing is they just didn't have no nuclear warhead in them. But ICBMs is already being used in warfare. Think about that. Think about how close we is to the kingdom. ICBM missiles are already being used out here, bro. So hey. But verse 24, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at not all my counsel and with none of my reproof. That's speaking on 2/3 of Israel. I will also laugh at your calamity, Jacob's trouble. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. So shit gonna happen quick. One day you're gonna wake up and it's gonna be that national broadcast emergency. As I was watching the movie last night, Extinction, everybody report your nearest government facility. Leave all your belongings. If you can't find your family, you just need to come on to this government facility. National emergency.
Right. And
All
you
right.
couldn't for no motherfucker because you was being attacked. The
Yep. Yep.
motherfucker
Con.
was running for their life. Yeah, motherfucker was running from them safe zone. You couldn't go and try to strategize. All right, let me go see how I'm finna. Y'all stay right here. Oh, motherfucker being attacked.
Yeah. Yeah. When your destruction, it says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, and when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. So it's gonna be too late because you had all the time in the world to come up to camp, speak to the prophets, watch the videos, you know, learn how to pray, learn how to be an Israelite. But no, you was too worried about the American society, right? Verse 29, for they that hateth knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they would none of my counsel and despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of their own, therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. uh I'll finish it. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and which you just gave an example of that preacher. You talking about he finna be wrapped in the roles of scribes of Moses. Man, you in front of that simple ass Christian people, you can fool them with that, but not us. For the
Right.
turning away.
Right. That's why TDJ pulled his move. Like, fuck. His wife come running out there, stage like a motherfucker. Oh, babe. Oh, babe.
Yeah, that shit was weak. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was weak. That's the turning. See, that's the turning away of the simple. All right.
Yeah. I say, oh, boy.
I ain't gonna lie. Until I watched your video, he had me. I'm like, damn, what he going through? Is it dementia? Is it a heart attack? A stroke? This nigga lost breath.
That shit was fake. Just by him trying to give that pause and that hiccup. I, I had to, I did that after an accident. Stop playing.
Oh shit, that's some shit you do to your parents when you ain't trying to go to school this morning and shit.
Hey, easy.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Verse 32: For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evils. That's the 144,000 hopeful elect, man. That's we waiting on.
Uh,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was it on that chapter.
Yeah, because right now they got Christmas tree farms filling the inflation. So they already running that on MSNBC, getting y'all ready for y'all to be saying happy holiday, happy New Year.
Yeah, con. Happy spending. Because from October to December, that's Esau, that's America's like time of festivity. And you see it starts in the winter, which it's all spiritual because our our time of festivity is what Passover, springtime, New
Yeah.
Year, new life.
Yeah. Okay.
Esau, his
Yeah.
shit is in the
Yeah.
dead of the winter. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got different kids movies coming out called Wicked. It's a kids movie called Wicked. Uh, y'all, your little Christmas horror stories, all that shit.
Yeah. Themes. Yeah. From Halloween too.
Yeah,
Halloween, October, November, December, January, February. Them four in particular. Yeah. The winter equinox.
yeah, winter solstice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
You got Halloween, Samhain. You got Thanksgiving, killing of hundreds of millions, a quote, almost 100 million Native Americans.
right.
Which you just brought out.
Yeah, I got a scripture for that. But no, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say you just brought out the Tainos was what 3 million strong to 200. Come on now. I'm in Dallas. You near Chicago. They got about what 3 million people. So
Yeah.
imagine if only 200 people was left in Chicago. Like out of 3 million,
Right.
that ain't even
That
Chicago no more.
yeah, that's the reality.
Christmas. New Year's, which is not even no freaking New Year, man. How is a New Year? See, we was given the knowledge like King Solomon to have the knowledge of the times, the stars, the moons, the constellations, the seasons. How is it a new year if everything dead? Ain't no trees new, no grass, none of that, you know?
No, where it's at, but I want to make sure. Dun, 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 dun. That's just a couple, but I know which one I want. Let me keep going.
Okay, come. It's Revelation 18, chapter, say from the top, chapter 1, Salaki. Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, which is America, spiritual America, the great is fallen, and it's become the habitation of the devil. See that? He said fallen. He told us 2 times. All right. So for something to be fallen means it's going down. All right. In the hold of every foul spirit, in the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So let's give some examples. Women walk around here, 95% of them walking around half naked. Men, we throw it off in the head. All men, all the young people my generation think about is sex, smoking, drinking, partying, stepping out, you know. Then you got witchcraft going on all over the country, all types of madness, man. Uh Child abduction, all those things. In the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. All right. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. So all uh your Moabite kings, you know, Kim Jong Un, think he was South Korea, North Korea, all your Arab princes and the all them with all the billions and trillions of dollars to South Africans, to the African nations, all right, all the nations of the earth, NATO, EU, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through her abundance, through the abundance of her delicacies. Because the brother Mashiach just brought out, what was it called? It wasn't called materialism. It was called uh I can go get it real quick. But yeah, basically the whole thing of America is we want to export, we want to bring in as much stuff as we can from these other countries, and we want to send out as little as we can from America because it's called mercantilism. Because their whole thing is they trying to keep the trade flow going with these nations so it could build quote unquote peace with the nations, but also keep that money system coming in, you know. And plus they gotta give their people what they want and what they need. It says, verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, which is the Israelites, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Mm. They
So
mean
that's,
leave the character. Uh,
yep.
they meant mentally come out the ways of his plagues.
That's why you got the movie called Leave the World Behind.
Yeah. And this Nahum 3:1, woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. And who are the prey? The 12 tribes of Israel. The noise of a whip, the noise of a rattling of the wheel, and the prancing horses, and the jumping chariots. And what is that? That's your everyday commerce. That's your everyday export and import trade, your box trucks, saying your Uber Eats now.
Yeah, come. It's funny you said that, cause shit, I was on that motherfucker yesterday. 20 wings, two things of fries, two drinks for like $30. You know what I'm saying? So they actually setting up the which that go back into that apocrypha victuals shall be so good on cheap on the earth. In Book of Esdras, I think
Yeah,
15 chapter, second Esdras. So they having you out here like, oh shit, I'm scoring deals and discounts. My check was double this week and this and that. But guess what? At the very same time, they still hyperinflation still coming up. Prices going up 20, 30 cents the week. You know, keeping your head down to the ground low so they can go ahead and move up with they wicked philosophies above. You know what I'm saying? As above, so below.
yeah, which is going to affect you no matter what. So we just here being your weather forecasting what's predicted, so you would know because no one's happening.
Yep. That's all it is. Because like the scriptures say, then shall they know who are my chosen. All right. So you're gonna find out, you're gonna get to see, our works wasn't in vain. We wasn't just no crazy talking black men, niggas as y'all want to call it, you know. Shit, yeah, the scriptures say the meek shall inherit the earth. All right. The last shall be first, first shall be last. That's why we doing this. We fulfilling prophecy. We fulfilling our lot. Giving the gift, the great gift of the Holy Spirit, that was given to us, even though we possess those chains of darkness, as Peter was speaking about, with these corruptible bodies, we still use our gift to the best of our ability to give it to our people, so ultimately so you can be saved. All right. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, kind of me too.
Okay. With that, definitely hope you brothers watching was edified. I saw Kara, saw you was on the live. We can't check it right now, but shalom, brother, shalom. But until next time, shalom.
Shalom, shalom, man. Stay busy, stay fervent in the spirit.
Yeah, I'm gonna end it, but I'm gonna call you.